5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Strange Planet Podcast.
Welcome!
Hey! Whoa!
Here we are.
This is that new episode kind of feeling.
The new one, that new episode smell.
Yeah.
You can just breathe it in.
Whoa.
It smells like a basement.
It smells like nachos.
Did you
Like,
eat nachos? Is it on your mustache?
It might be on my mustache. I didn't eat nachos, though. That'd be nice. That would be nice. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Strange Planet Podcast, the strangest of all the podcasts on the strangest of all the planets. We are your hosts. This is
Corey James.
And I'm Anthony Zevoteck. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We got news every week going on with us.
Yeah. We're just constantly upgrading, evolving.
Trying to make shit better.
Yeah.
So if you are watching on YouTube, you already know.
There they are. Hey, guys.
If you're not and you're just listening, you could go watch on YouTube.
Yeah. That's a real thing.
At the moment, it will be... You can either search Strange Planet Podcast.
Right.
And it should come up. Or it will be under SuicideMoses Productions channel.
There you go.
Until I feel like making another channel that I have to deal with.
It's a lot of stuff. No one ever told you it was going to be this much work. Crazy amounts of work.
Yeah. But video was... I mean, we tried to do it before.
Yeah.
Eventually, we will figure out the live stream. But I don't even feel like dealing with that right now.
Yeah.
The only way right now we could do that was if I set a cell phone up. And I don't... The quality on my cell phone's not up to
ideal.
par. I don't have an iPhone. iPhones have pretty good video quality and cameras compared to
that.
Androids.
Robots. Stupid robots.
Yeah, Androids are better for most things, but cameras and sound quality, iPhone's definitely got.
Yeah, Jess will send me a video from her iPhone.
Your
my
camera,
Android.
your phone can't even handle it.
I can't tell what it is. I don't know what's going on. The sound is shite. I don't know what the hell's going on.
But the iPhones are better.
Yeah.
It's just because your phone sucks.
Yeah. Damn phone.
Mine's got like this spider crack? All over the
My
all over
back
the
camera doesn't even work anymore. I can only do selfies.
You gotta like turn the phone around towards the person to take the picture.
Yeah, it's terribly annoying. I hate it so much.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, weekend was good. Just,
It was pretty poopy. Weather-wise.
I can't remember.
It was cloudy. I wanted to go swimming, but it wouldn't clear up enough.
I feel like I got pretty drunk on Saturday night.
I feel like you always get pretty drunk on Saturday night.
That's, yeah, good point.
You always say, oh, I didn't do anything on Sunday because I was so hungover, which
Yeah.
means you probably got pretty drunk on Saturday night.
Yeah, I like Saturday nights for drinking. Like, just letting it go. Going, like, just crazy. Because, like, the rest of the week, there's responsibilities and things to do. And
I haven't been drunk in a long time.
yeah. Oof. It's because you don't drink that Cossers.
No. I haven't had any liquor in a minute.
Yeah. You gotta get that, you gotta throw that liquor in there.
The last bottle of liquor I had was, I think you guys bought it for my birthday. Last year.
I was gonna say that was last year, yeah. That's too long. Well, let's get started.
Yeah, let's start with the downer.
Yeah.
Get past this because we just need to mention how terrible it is.
Yes.
And we've stated how we feel about gun control before.
Yes.
And this is it's getting worse.
Yeah. It's happening everywhere. Was it Sunday?
Yeah.
In Jacksonville, Florida, at the GLHF game bar, they were holding a Madden Classics qualifier, tournament, which the Madden Classics, it's a big thing, happens every year. And a participant in the tournament named David Katz,
Who lost in the first round?
who was actually the champion last year, won the whole thing last year. This year, lost in the first round. Opened fire in the tournament, injuring 10 and killing 2.
So I keep hearing different things because Court said she saw injuring 9 and killing 2, and the first thing I read was killing 4 and injuring 11.
Yeah, I think that was the first thing, but then it got cleared up, and I think it was injuring 10, but one of the injuries was not gun related. Is what
I saw one of the contestants who was on stage said he got hit in the thumb with a bullet.
Yeah.
I can't, why?
Yeah, senseless violence.
Why is that even a thing?
Yeah.
Why is someone who's enjoying themselves, playing a video game in front of all those people, enjoying themselves, have to worry about something like that?
Why should anyone at a concert or a nightclub?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
School,
it starts at a school, and then it's a movie theater, and then it's this, and then it's that, and now it's a video game tournament. It's just something needs to be done.
Right. Something really has to be done other than just condolences to the family. That's old. That got old a long damn time ago.
Right.
It's time for something to actually be done. And take this time to remember Eli, True Boy, Clayton, and I got his other name right here. Here it is. Taylor, Spot Me, Please, Robertson, the 2 victims. Just young kids who like to play Madden.
Yep.
And just were good at it and turned it into their careers, and that's what they wanted to do. And it's, it goes back to this David Katz character has years and years of documented mental unstableness, and it's not, you can't stop the people from having mental instability, and you can't stop the guns, but what you can do is you can regulate the guns to make it extremely hard for everybody to get.
Right.
Because I don't want to take the guns from the guy who is hunting. I want to take the guns away from the people who are doing these mass shootings. It's just completely different things.
Yeah.
I don't want to take your guns, but I do want to regulate how easy it is for you to get them.
I mean, it shouldn't be so easy to get. I could easily walk out here right now.
Yeah.
And I could probably get a gun within an hour and bring it back to you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a senseless
no
problem.
regulations. I could just get one.
Yeah. It's organizations like the NRA who are making it extremely hard for any kind of sensible legislation to get passed. So it's just another sad moment.
Yep.
Rest
in peace.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have some changes.
Hopefully. I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, you would think that a school full of children would be enough to get laws changed, but
apparently not.
Apparently not.
All right, on to the...
Let's move on.
To the other stuffs.
To the other stuff. There you go.
Our comics. Did you get anything?
Nope. I didn't leave the house.
Man.
Yep.
Jeez. I got my Urban Legends number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best one so far.
Nice.
I got Splinter fighting Mako, the mutant Shark Man. I got Raphael donning the Casey Jones mask. I got the Turtles thinking that they lost their brother and burying his shell in the woods, which was hard to swallow. We got finding out that Donatello wasn't dead, and he's a cyborg turtle. So that was cool.
What a twist.
What a twist.
What a twist.
Even though that was on the cover. So,
yeah.
I mean, you kind of knew.
True.
But it wasn't a bad issue. I have to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to continue.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it kind of fallen?
The first 3, I wasn't all that interested.
Yeah.
And the 4th one was the most interesting, but still at the same time, I was like...
Is it interesting enough for you to keep
to spend the money on and to continue on? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to drop off of that. But my Seven to Eternity should be soon.
There you go.
September is here, isn't it?
This weekend it'll be here.
This weekend.
Friday.
So probably either next week or the week after I should have my issue 11
Whoa.
of Seven to Eternity.
Damn.
So that'll continue. I did actually look into new comics coming out.
I see this. There's a ton.
Yeah.
A literal ton.
Well, I figure, we like comic books. We boast that we are a comic book somewhat oriented podcast. So I figure
I think it's more just general pop culture.
Yeah, that's why I put the pop culture in there.
In
I mean, we dabble.
In the nerd sense of the...
Nerds. Where's my pictures?
Pictures.
All right. So, what's first on the docket? Do you see?
Spider-Geddon, October 10th.
All right. So, Spider-Geddon
Yeah.
is the sequel book off of Spider-Verse.
Okay.
When Spider-Verse ended, a lot of the Spider-Men were locked up or something, or sent to... Oh, no, they were sent to their own planet. So, we've had a lot of them on their own planet doing stuff. But Spider-Geddon is the new series that's revamping the Spider-Verse.
There you go.
So, I'll read this little thing here.
Give me a synopsis.
Revenge of the Spider-Verse. Back in 2014, Spider-Verse brought every Spider-Man ever together. This event, spinning out of Amazing Spider-Man 800, has Christos Gage and Dan Slott teaming up to destroy them all. The Inheritors have somehow gotten out of their radioactive prison planet and made their way to the Marvel Universe. It's going to take a whole spider army to keep them from taking it all. Starring Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus, Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, Spider-Woman, the Spider-Man, from the anticipated video game.
Yeah.
And, well, every Spider-Man and Spider-Woman ever, including some brand new ones. With George Molina on the art. The end of all spiders never looked so good. Rated T+.
Damn. Interesting.
So...
Check that out.
Yeah, the cover's badass. It's got literally every spider character ever slammed on that one cover, and the art looks amazing.
Speaking of, real quick, Spider-Man side note, early copies of the new Spider-Man game were sent out, and there were some leaks, and there was an article...
a lot of gameplay.
I read earlier that just listed all of the outfits you're going to get, like all the Spider-Man you're going to get. So effing many, like, ooh, daddy.
Ooh, daddy. That's weird that they're including, like, is he that different? I mean, we haven't played the game yet, so we don't really know, but, like, his costume's not all that different. Mm-hmm. He's got the white, which is badass and something different and highlights, the squares on his hands, kind of like the black suit Spider-Man did, but with his red and blue classic. But, like, people were really getting into this new game before it's even come out. Yeah. Like, they're trying to... I'm pretty sure he's going to show up in the movie, in the Spider-Verse movie. Now he's showing up in the new Spider-Verse series, Spider-Geddon. So, like...
Cool.
And that's kind of weird. I mean, it's a video game character. Yeah. It's not a movie character. It's not just a random Spider-Verse character. But I guess, technically...
Technically, now it is.
That is...
I mean, technically, any Spider-Man,
is in
any
the Spider-Verse.
medium is in the Spider-Verse, so...
Yeah.
There you go. There you have it.
All right, what's next up on the docket?
Oh, we got Albert Einstein Time Mason.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and sorry. And Spider-Verse is...
October 10th.
October 10th.
Spider-Geddon.
Okay, Spider-Geddon is
October 10th.
Speven. Yes.
There you go.
So this next one just really caught my attention because I've always been weirdly obsessed with Albert Einstein.
Fascinating person.
Yeah. So to find out that they were making a comic book about him as an action hero with a group of other scientists, popular or not popular, but like well-known scientists as his like team, that catches my attention right there alone. The name's badass.
What is it?
Time Mason.
Oh, Time Mason.
Albert Einstein Time Mason or whatever.
Yeah.
So October 3rd, this is dropping. You can pre-order now. Here's the synopsis. He's got the mind, the might, and the mustache.
Ooh.
A roguish Albert Einstein leads a team of geniuses called the Time Masons in a battle to protect the integrity of our timeline. But when a new threat puts the past, present, and future in peril, it's up to him and a squad of epic historical figures to save the universe before the clock runs out. Get ready for an Einstein you've never imagined in the greatest time travel adventure series history has ever seen. Has never seen.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. The artwork looks pretty badass. Like, I don't know, man. I might get into that one. That one sounds different. It sounds like a unique comic
It does.
book.
It sounds like that kind of a unique comic that gets turned into some kind of cartoon in a couple years.
It's definitely going to be a cartoon series. It's going to be on PBS.
I hope so. Like late night PBS, like after 11 o'clock PBS.
What do you think about all that?
I think I'm interested in it. I'm
Yeah?
actually trying to find some stuff on it, pictures and whatnot. But I can't.
You can't find Albert Einstein Time Masons?
Well, I mean, I probably could, but I'm not trying that hard.
Oh, okay.
It's all about how hard you try.
All right, so next up is Dead Rabbit.
Yes.
Dead Rabbit was a comic book series in the 90s.
I thought it sounded familiar when I read it.
And it is coming back. It was not a huge series. It was a what do you call that? A cult following.
Yeah, indie
Comic book.
Yeah.
The artwork is what really jumped out at me. Like, I didn't even know what Dead Rabbit was. Saw the cover and I looked into it. So back in the 90s, Dead Rabbit was a prolific Boston stick-up man and hoodlum. Until he took down one last big score and disappeared. Nobody ever discovered the truth. He retired to be with the love of his life. Now he's back in the mask to save her. But no one, not his wife, the mafia, or the cops, is happy that he's out of retirement. From John McCree, the artist and co-writer of Mythic and Hitman, and Jerry Duggam, the writer of Analog and Deadpool, comes the action comedy drama tale of Martin Dobbs, a.k.a. Dead Rabbit, the man who says he's descended from one of the original gangs of New York City. Get on board with this oversized first issue of an all-new ongoing series for mature readers.
Nice.
Sounds very John Wickish.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Which that caught my attention too. The artwork is like very Sin City.
Okay.
Very like small color palette.
Mm-hmm.
Simple, but that makes it better. It makes your imagination kind of take over for it. 16 plus mature.
Yeah.
A lot of mature comic books out there.
I think that's the way comics are kind of.
They are. They're leaning.
At least the stuff that you could sink your teeth into is leaning towards more mature.
Dude, looking through all the new stuff coming out, almost every other book I saw was like Sylvester and Stallone. Sylvester and Stallone.
Both of them. You get both of them.
No, remember we talked about the Warner Brothers Looney Tunes crossing over with DC? They're all coming out in October.
Oh, cool.
And they're all there. And it's like random stuff. It's like Sylvester and Tweety with Catwoman.
Nice.
And stuff like that. And I didn't put any of them on the list because they're all gritty and they all look like they're from mature audiences. But, like, do I want to see a mature Sylvester and Tweety?
You want to see Tweety ripped apart?
Like doing cocaine?
Yeah.
Like...
Kind of, actually.
What was it? It was Tomcat and... Oh, who was he with? It was like someone big, like Superman or something. Like a big hero. And it was weird seeing Tomcat, like, ripped with, like, a little purple vest all ripped up and stuff.
It'd be awesome. I'd be into that. Fuck Tomcat.
This one caught my attention because it's X-Men.
Oh, I did find some shit on that Albert Einstein Time Mason. Damn, that looks fun.
Yeah.
It's like young Albert Einstein.
Yeah, it's like very...
It's like a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen-y.
Yeah, there you go. That's not even what I was thinking. But it's more like that than what I was thinking. I was thinking the detective. Benedict Cumberbatch plays him.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
There you go.
Yeah, I was thinking like a young Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, nice.
Holmesy style, because like there are series like that where he's more of an action hero than he is a. I mean, look at Robert Downey Jr.'s.
The second one.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
The first one where he's throwing down in a freaking Fight Club
that's
pit.
true. That was awesome. That's a great scene.
Mm-hmm. Where he assesses the whole thing and then
It's a great scene.
Forget about it.
All right.
All right.
X-Men.
XEXE dot men.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very, very computer modern style on this new, supposed to be a kind of revamp of the Uncanny X-Men, but everyone's like, I don't know if they're living in a computer or if they, like, I don't know. It's really weird. The style of the artwork's very digital. It looks like they're in a computer.
Okay.
And it's not X-Men, it's EXE.men. Everything is. Everything, all the characters' names have like dot slashes and stuff. And So here we go. From the publisher that gave you Old Man Logan and House of M, the X-Men as you never imagined. Welcome to the Xscape, EXE. A digital wonderland of business and pleasure, accessible to anyone with the social capital or monetary capital for the biomods needed to log in. So they are in a digital world. Or you can bypass all of that by being born carrying an X gene, EXE. So there's people that are born in this digital world. Instead of being mutants, I would assume that's who the mutants are. Those are the people born in the world. But circumventing the login regulations is exactly what the likes of Charles Xavier and his X-Men banned and driven underground in the first place. Free roamers, U/Domino, and U/Cable have taken every dirty job there is on the scape. But when a simple data scrubbing job turns bad, the life of biomod magnate Eric Lensher hangs out in the balance. And with it, their very society. It's a whole new world of X-Men by Brian Edward Hill of Detective Comics. It sounds weird.
Yeah, it sounds like something I would not be into. Just full disclosure there.
Yeah, it caught my attention because it is X-Men,
right?
And it is a new take on X-Men, which every decade we seem to get like a new take on the X-Men.
Yeah. So we just had X-Men Blue. That's kind of our new thing.
This not the Spectacular X-Men. What was the one after Uncanny? It's weird. I tried watching it. It was an animated series with a really weird animation.
Ultimate?
No. Ultimate is a series that I do read, the book. And that's the one where Colossus is gay. And they try to modernize it. Like, the X-Men become, like, celebrities, and they're on TV a lot and stuff. But, yeah. So, check out all those guys. They're cool. New. Hip.
Showing off for the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get that sponsorship.
I forgot the camera was even on.
Gotta get that sponsorship. Hold the label out so they can see it.
Don't forget about our audio listeners.
Hey,
they don't know what's going on.
Hold that label out. That's pretty packed up radar.
Yeah, we haven't had a good long radar, so I figured I'd look into it.
Next up, we have MCU news.
Oh, yeah.
The always big category.
We almost didn't have any.
I know.
I was like, man, we're going to not have any MCU news. I'm so pumped.
There was one. Before you sent me this, I had one. It was just a quick one. Is Guardians of the Galaxy on hold?
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is officially on hold. Indefinite. They've told the actors, go out and look for other jobs.
Wow. I mean, are you surprised?
No, I'm not at all. We said this 4 weeks ago because they have to write a new script, find a director. The director has to learn from the last movie. If it happens at all. Yeah.
I mean, they got a lot of other stuff to worry about.
This might be the first Marvel property that gets just canceled.
How are they going to be in Avengers? I mean, they already filmed Avengers 4, so
right.
We'll already have them in that, I guess. So that's not a
right.
That's not.
Well, I figure that Gunn wrote Volume 3 with knowledge of what happens in Infinity War and 4. I mean, it's not like he can't have access to the script to write his movie.
And they filmed Avengers 4 back to back with Infinity
it's already
War,
in the can.
So it's already done.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm not surprised.
No.
I didn't hear that. I didn't read that.
Yeah, that was big news over the weekend. There you go. That's real quick. Got our Guardian streak intact.
So I read that Spider-Man Far From Home
Yeah.
is
I know that one.
filming in. Did I write it down? I didn't write it
You
down.
wrote shooting carnival scene in September.
Yeah, in September there was where it was at, but I don't. Why does that matter?
Is it like a?
It was in like Russia or something.
Is it any kind of carnival or is it a specific kind of?
I think that's probably why they said where it was at, because it's a really big.
Because Carnival is in Brazil.
No, it wasn't in Brazil. It was like a Russian town
Oh, I don't know
or
then.
something random.
Yeah.
But speculation.
I think a really fun, visually stimulating scene with Mysterio.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
funhouse mirrors.
Yeah.
Some fucking trickery.
Right. I think that's like
Some mist.
I hope it's like set at night too. Like I hope he chases him into a
Very like Scooby Doo.
kind of goosebumpy kind
Oh,
of.
like I got like a lot of mist in my head.
Yeah.
like a lot of fog.
Yeah. Like Mysterio runs into a carnival at night, and Spider-Man chases him in there, and he's turning on rides and shit's happening.
Yeah, dude.
Like that's the kind of things like
Hall
I
of
feel
mirrors, so you can't tell which one's him or
Right.
which way you're going.
I think that's so perfect. I
That'd be
think that would be
badass.
great for the tone of the movie. Like, hands down, super great.
So I got a question for you about
Okay.
old Mysterio.
Yeah.
Because we know Mysterio is confirmed.
Yes.
We still have not got confirmed.
Who is Mysterio? Whom?
Fishbowl?
You'd have to.
Do you think they're gonna go?
It's Marvel.
Do you think
it's
they're
not
gonna do it?
Sony? It's Marvel.
Even Marvel hasn't gone that big.
I think it's time. I think it's appropriate. I think if you have him look any other way, you're gonna get ripped apart.
What
by
other
fans.
character has went that
Different?
far with costume?
Vulture?
Yeah, I mean he had like an aeronautics helmet,
Yeah.
so it wasn't. I mean, Vulture didn't even have anything on in,
No.
in the comic book. He just had the green feathers.
Yeah. If anything, he had like a just covering
Sometimes,
his
yeah. In the newer
mouth,
ones, he
right.
had the mask thing, but
Right.
like in the older ones, it was just an old bald dude with green feathers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's probably the closest we've had.
I mean, off the top of my head, for other ones,
I mean, they did Red Skull.
Dormammu was different than comic book.
They did Dormammu. Red Skull was like full blown. He was Red Skull.
Yeah.
Skull. So like,
Right.
yeah. I that was just a question I saw floating around the internet, and everybody's like, "Are they gonna do it? Are they not gonna do it? They have to do it." But what if they don't? And I'm like,
I feel confident and safe in saying that they're gonna do it.
it's not Mysterio.
If it doesn't have
That's
a
not
fishbowl,
something you could like alter.
right, and you can't take it from any other version because then you just like the fame of that character is built in the classic. You know?
Is there any other version of that character where he doesn't have the dome?
I think so. I have to check.
I don't know, man. I think Mysterio is pretty set in stone of who he is as a character.
I feel like at one point his head was just like floating mist.
I mean, so we got a German scientist in a floating dome mist in Hellboy Golden Army.
Yeah.
That was pretty close. If they can do it, Marvel can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I got floating domes. All I'm seeing.
Floating dome.
All I got is floating domes.
Everybody on Instagram calls it the fishbowl.
Fishbowl.
I don't know why.
I got smoke inside the fishbowl.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. You have to have the smoke inside the fishbowl.
Right.
That's what Mysterio is.
Yeah, I'm seeing this kind of sleeker one, but it's still a fishbowl. Yep. All right, fishbowl.
We're calling it.
We're calling it.
Don't worry, everybody.
Calling it.
Fishbowl.
I'm saying fishbowl for sure.
Yeah. I don't know how what this movie's gonna be, man. Like, I hope it's a step up from Homecoming. Because, like, I just really...
You didn't like that.
I didn't not like it. I just thought it was a subpar
Yeah.
Marvel movie.
Yeah, definitely not one of the best.
And everyone else seemed to love it. So
Definitely no
everyone else
Doctor
doesn't have
Strange.
anything to worry about. Me, I hope they do something to make me love this Spider-Man. Which
Good.
Infinity War did.
Yeah, true.
That was the best. That was the most I enjoyed Spider-Man in the MCU so far.
I feel like he's learning the character
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't, you jump in the first movie, or even your Civil War shots, and you're kind of
Civil War.
dipping
Everybody's
your
like,
toe.
it was so great, but
it was so small. Who even noticed?
Right. And I've read a lot about what people's take on the character is, that Tom Holland is Peter Parker as Spider-Man. Yeah. So, like, Peter Parker is so young in this story arc that he doesn't know who Spider-Man is. He doesn't know who he is as Spider-Man. So he's learning as he goes. So it's kind of the same thing with Tom Holland. Like you just said, he's finally starting to get who this character is and starting to come into it.
Yeah.
Hopefully this being his second solo movie, his fourth
step out into the suit.
Yep.
Hopefully
it impresses me.
Yeah.
I really hope. And with Mysterio as the villain.
Hey, speaking of Spider-Man,
where are we at?
We're still in MCU news.
I don't see anything. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Somebody, go ahead. You want to tell us about this one?
Ahead. I don't know if I just read it randomly.
Right.
Like, it was just something that was on his Twitter.
Old Mark Hamill, the beautiful soul that he is.
Such a beautiful human being.
Just a Luke Skywalker.
He's a good man.
Motherfucker. Came out and said that if he were going to play a character in a Marvel movie, he would like to play Dr. Octopus.
So he said he wanted to play Vulture.
Right.
But the role was given to Keaton.
Right.
So if there was any other character he would want to play, it would be Doc Ock. And when I read that, and my brain went through everything that I know about Doc Ock with Mark Hamill's head on it.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Thumbs up.
Oh.
Big thumbs up.
Man, would that be perfect.
You gotta love that.
Boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy, right? Like, and it's funny because you think of the characters that haven't been done yet, and you think of who's left out there in Hollywood, and your mind just starts to wander, but then you don't think about things like Mark Hamill playing Doc Ock.
Why wouldn't you think of him? Because he's such a good villain.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the best villains that I've seen in most film. Like, he does Joker in almost every animated series ever. The video games, the animated series. He did the Trickster in the Flash series, which was great. That episode was probably one of the best Flash CWs.
He played Cockknocker in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back,
which was fantastic.
Yep. Cockknocker.
He knocked them cocks. I mean, no, but in the new Star Wars, regardless of what you think of the movie, he nailed a character that he hasn't played in a very long time, that he not 100% agreed with the direction that they were taking that character.
Exactly.
And he still did a damn good job.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I agree.
And he's got the look.
Yeah.
He's got the Doc Ock look.
Yeah.
If you give him like just a little bit of a straight cut across the forehead with the hair.
Well, even like he in the Kingsman, in the first one, he played a professor, and he just looked that kind of smart part. Like, he looked it. Like,
oh, I'm so down for that.
Yeah.
Like, I really hope Marvel heard that.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big celebrity.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh, I mean,
he's a big. Things, like,
I mean, he's a goddamn legend at Disney right now. Like, he is Luke fucking Skywalker.
I'm sure someone has heard from him, hey, I'd love to play Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Which, obviously, we already know there's too many effing villains probably going to be in the new Spider-Man. So, hopefully, that if we did get, like, something like that, maybe it would be a very end throw-in type thing.
Yeah.
But do you think it would happen?
I think it will happen.
You think?
I think it will.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Other than, I mean, when I think of Doc Ock, Alfred Molina just killed that part in the second one. But when I think about kind of the new MCU and where we're at, I think Doc Ock and Mark Hamill just makes a goddamn ton of sense to me.
And I think Spider-Man...
Or if you were going to bring back somebody, Hugo Weaving would be my other choice for Doc Ock.
Why do I know that name?
He played V in V for Vendetta. He played Red Skull in the first
I got you.
Captain America. Like, he played Mr. Anderson in the Matrix movies.
Right.
I would, that would be like my...
Doc Ock?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, see, and that's the beauty of discussion.
He hasn't got the
fat head?
He hasn't got the squared head.
No.
He doesn't have the... What is it about Doc Ock? There's like... Maybe because anything that I've ever seen Hugo Weaving in, it seems like I know is he American? He's not. He's foreign.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
So like I feel like he looks like it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And I know that Doc Ock is a
American male.
Heavyweight white American dude. So I don't know. I just don't feel like he looks the part. Maybe he could nail it. Acting wise, he's a badass actor, but you gotta have the look plus the chops.
True.
So that's why, like, when I pictured Mark Hamill as it, that was the first thing where I was like, holy shit. But acting wise, he would also nail it.
Yeah.
And Hugo Weaving's already in the MCU.
Yeah. Well, he actually hates the MCU. So.
Well, he's not anymore.
Right. He's not anymore.
He got replaced in Infinity War.
Right.
Why does he hate the MCU?
I don't know. Yeah. Interesting.
Quite the quandary.
Yeah, right?
I'll have to look
He
into
said
that.
he never wanted to come back, so.
Wow. That's it?
Well, that's...
Oh, no, there's a question I had to pose.
Yeah. Go ahead and pose that question.
What do you think about a all-female Avengers movie in the works?
I think it's a wonderful idea. And I read that it was a flickering myth.
It is a myth. It is a rumor. Was
the website where they had an article about it. And the way they laid it out, I was like, yeah, that sounds amazing. Like,
the characters are there.
Yeah. Widow, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch. You've got... Wasp. Mantis. You've got Nakira. You've got Shuri.
Yep.
You've got Okoye. You've got
Gamora.
You
got a badass team.
Yeah.
Oh, Gamora?
I mean...
Forget about it.
Just think about, like, all the direction that they could go in that. And, like... I totally agree.
I feel like after you're going to kill off your heads of your MCU, your Robert Downeys, your Chris Evans.
Right.
Not your Hemsworth, because I heard Taika Waititi's coming back.
Yeah, well, Taika
yesterday.
Taika's coming back, and I guess I also read Taika is the leading contender to pick up the Guardians franchise.
I didn't hear that. I just heard that Taika was coming back. I didn't read. I like I said, I was so overwhelmed with freaking stuff trying to put this podcast together this past weekend that everything after Sunday, like during Sunday night, I was like, I'm done. Yeah. I'm not adding any more stuff.
Right.
Stop. But I did see Taika Waititi was coming back. I didn't see what for. I assumed for another Thor, hopefully.
I would assume as well. Well, I think that they actually think this might be kind of a perfect opportunity to combine that Thor universe with your Guardians universe. Because now, I mean, you could just give
such good chemistry.
Yeah.
With Rocket and Thor and Groot
and Drax.
Yeah.
And
everything was good about that scene.
You could just hand the whole thing over to Taika Waititi.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
But this whole woman Avengers movie, I think is a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
I think it's already there.
Yeah.
I think it's probably already it's already in the works.
We got 3 untitled films coming out in 2021, 2022.
Feige already said that the Phase 4 was going to be women driven.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't there be an all women Avengers?
I think 2022.
Maybe a She-Hulk?
She-Hulk? Oh. Could you do like a Spider-Woman too?
Spider-Gwen.
I don't want to see Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen's popular, bro. They're going to do a Spider-Gwen before they're going to do a Spider-Woman. No one gives two yits about Spider-Woman.
You know what I would love to see? The seeds be planted for She-Hulk in Avengers 4. Like,
I was talking about She-Hulk the other day. How would you go about putting She-Hulk into the MCU without making... It would be the first character that feels like the same character that you've already saw. Every other character is very unique.
She-Hulk is evolved more than the Hulk. She-Hulk
She-Hulk came from the Hulk. It's
From
like
the Hulk's
it's like
blood.
Bruce's niece or something.
Well, it's Bruce's blood.
He saved
Yeah.
her with his blood or
Yeah.
something like that.
So
but I'm
she's-
just saying, character-wise, from a viewing standpoint, you're seeing the same character, but as a woman.
Yeah.
That would be the first time it would happen in the MCU. Happens all the time in comic books now.
Yeah.
All the time. Almost the entire Marvel universe ended up switching genders there
Right.
for a while. But how would you go about it in the movies to not make people feel like, I've already seen this character?
I think you kind of have to just add different elements. I mean, the She-Hulk is a lawyer as she's She-Hulk, so you could kind of play that.
She doesn't transform back, huh?
No, she's just
Okay.
She-Hulk.
Yeah, I don't know much about her.
Lives her life that way. And yeah,
That's
she
cool.
does the Hulk stuff, but she also just lives her life. So you
And
can
that's the
show.
problem too now, because we're going to be getting the new Hulk in Avengers
Yeah.
4, and he's probably going to be full Hulk all the time.
Yeah. Well, that could be a kind of nice lead into it. Plus, it wouldn't be like this Hulk we're going to be seeing is ideally going to be like 10 years old with Banner's brains. I don't know how they're going to do that.
With the
Crazy.
new Hulk,
Yeah.
it's going to be Bruce Banner,
In
but as
the
Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's just weird to me.
And you know what I also heard about the all-female Avengers?
Sue Storm?
I didn't hear Sue Storm.
That just would make sense to me.
It would make sense if they're going to drop the first family in there. No, I heard that Wasp was going to lead the Avengers women cast. And I don't agree with that. Why wouldn't Captain Marvel?
Well, maybe Captain Marvel's leading just the regular Avengers. So when you take the women and bust them out. See, I don't know.
I feel like that was only a conversation because that's the only... She feels like a leader. Her personality.
Yeah.
Having the new movie just come out, it probably even more shows that. We haven't had the Captain Marvel movie yet.
Right.
But personally, I don't see an Avengers team with an all-women cast if you don't have Captain Marvel leading.
Agreed.
So hopefully that's the case. But yeah, I'm
Not
down
bad.
with it.
Yeah. I would love to see that. I would really love to see that.
I think we're going to.
yeah.
I don't think that's
2022. One of those three movies.
It's definitely a Phase 4 style change of pace.
Yeah.
Because that's what Phase 4 is going to have to do. Like, shit's going to have to change so drastically that we feel like we're watching a whole new set of movies.
Right.
Like, they made Infinity War feel like the end.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of nervous for Avengers 4 because I feel like Avengers 4 is going to still feel like it's in the last phase.
Yeah.
I can't see how this new Avengers movie is going to bring me into this new
It's going to kill
phase.
the Avengers. You know,
but that feels like the end of the phase then.
I saw something cool earlier on the interweb. Somebody, at the end of the movies, it says, like, Iron Man will be back, blah, blah,
Will
blah.
return.
But it said the Avengers will be remembered. And I was like, whoo, yes, give me that, please, right?
Give you the willies.
Give me that. Like, I want that. Like, I gotta have it.
What did it say at the end of the Infinity War? The Avengers?
Thanos will return.
Thanos will return.
Yeah,
It did say that.
yeah. Weird.
All right, let's get out of the MCU.
Whoop, whoop.
We always spend too much time in there.
Let's do some DC news. We've really got just two things. One thing really quick, we'll say it. It was announced that Alec Baldwin has joined the cast of the Joker movie. He will be playing Thomas Wayne.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why?
Unless I feel like it's going to be a throwaway part. I feel like
flashback.
it's a cameo.
So, okay.
All right.
So the only part that Batman needs to show up in is the one scene where he thinks Joker is Red Hood and he throws him into the acid.
Yeah.
That's it. So why do we need Batman's father, who would not be alive at that point.
Yeah.
We would have to have a young child Batman for Thomas Wayne to even be there.
Yeah.
And what would that have anything to do with the Joker's origin?
What if they pull it out that the Joker's the one that kills Thomas Wayne? I mean, because that's how it was.
But that's not the Joker's origin.
But that's how it was in the Batman movie, in the first one.
Yes. But didn't they say that this was supposed to be based on a killing joke?
Yeah.
And in a Killing Joke, Joker is an adult. He's a failing comedian,
Right.
and his wife's pregnant, and he's trying to make money, make ends meet, and he gets approached by these gang members in the bar, and they ask him if he wants to do a job with them, and he has to wear the red hood, and then Batman breaks in and sees the red hood, and he's like, man, I've beat the shit out of you so many times, I'm going to kill you. And he throws him over the banister and throws him into the acid.
Right.
And ruins his life. And he's an adult. He is Batman.
Yeah.
So Thomas Wayne would have been dead.
A long time ago.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that aside, why in holy hell is Alec Baldwin your choice for Thomas Wayne?
Why is he not your choice for Thomas Wayne?
Who's the dude from Walking Dead that they chose for Thomas Wayne in the Flashpoint Paradox? What's
That's
his name?
hold on, don't it's
I can't tell you. I don't remember his name.
It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And yes, it's perfect for that Thomas Wayne. Mm-hmm. Because of him being the vigilante Batman who beats the shit out of people and kills them with machine guns.
It would be perfect for Flashpoint, Thomas Wayne, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Well, that's who they
But
cast.
but if I'm calling Thomas Wayne, I feel more comfortable with Alec Baldwin. He's got that arrogant, rich...
Thomas Wayne's not arrogant.
He could be if he tried.
No. He is the only genuine person in Gotham. He is the light of Gotham. He's a rich person trying to save Gotham.
Alec Baldwin could play humble, too.
I don't know about all that, man.
He could play it.
Ugh. I'm not a fan of the Baldwins. I'm not a fan of any of the Baldwins.
What?
So that's probably
why you don't
probably
like it.
doesn't help.
I love Alec Baldwin.
And Thomas Wayne is a great character.
Yeah.
Who needs a specific person. I do not see why he's in the movie.
Yeah,
Period.
it's going to be interesting to find out where that comes into play. Really interesting.
Especially if it's supposed to be based on the... I feel like they're throwing me for a loop saying that it's based on the Killing Joke.
I feel like it's loosely based on the Killing Joke.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a lot of collective things.
Yeah.
Because there's so many origins for the Joker.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the Killing Joke the best because it was the first time we heard the origin.
Right.
That's the one I not agree with. I accept as the Joker's origin. I never really actually ever even heard any of the other ones.
Right.
It would be weird if they pulled it from a prior movie, like you said about the original Batman with not Nicholas. What's his name?
Michael Keaton? Jack Nicholson.
There's a nickel in there.
Yeah, there's a nickel in there. I'll sell you this dime for a nickel.
Yeah.
There
Which
you go.
I don't remember. All I remember from that movie, I haven't seen that movie in a minute. All I really remember from that movie is when he like forces the date with the blonde lady in the art thing, and he's
Vicky
like
Vale.
dancing, and he's like painting all the pictures and stuff.
Oh,
That's the only where I really remember.
You know what? The one part of that movie I remember most than anything is when the Joker breaks into Bruce Wayne's house, and Bruce Wayne's standing there with a cane, and he's like, "You want to get crazy?"
Oh yeah,
and he
I do
smashes
remember
the
that.
face. Let's get crazy.
Yeah, they're standing. That's
like-
when he's with Vicky Vale
Vicky Vale.
in front of the fireplace.
Yep. I
And
love
he
that
like
part.
freaks her out because he starts trying to
I
act
don't
like a
think-
lunatic.
I don't think anybody knew that was coming. That's what I think. That's my thought. So,
That's cool. It really embraces the Joker bringing the insanity out of Batman.
right.
Like, and that's cool because that's like the first blockbuster Batman.
Boom. And also in news for this DC portion.
It's not even news.
All right. Well, no, I guess it's not news because we all knew this forever.
But it was just like him saying it in a...
He did an interview. Right.
And it's like, it's nice to hear.
Joaquin Phoenix did an interview where he was basically asked, what if fans don't like your version of the Joker?
The backlash.
The backlash.
We all know it's there, and it's real.
And Joaquin Phoenix said, I don't give a fuck. Basically, I don't give a fuck what you guys think. I'm going to do this anyway.
I'm going to do the Joker how I want to do the Joker.
Which is so refreshing.
So refreshing because I already felt like Joaquin is going to nail the Joker part. So for him to not be
confident,
to be confident and not be hesitant in what he wants to do, what he knows he needs to do for that character, because of his caliber of acting, makes it feel like I was even more confident. When I heard that, I was like, yes, this movie's going to be even more badass than I thought. And then I heard the Alec Baldwin thing, and I'm like, great. Why is there always got to be something where I'm like, you know what? Now I don't even want to see it.
News comes in twos. So I'm all about it, and I feel like it is refreshing in this day and age where actors and actresses are deleting social media accounts because of what people are saying. Like, it doesn't matter what they're saying. All that matters is how you take it in. Like, if it affects you, well, that says more about you than it does them. So good on Joaquin.
Anything. I mean, MCU taking leaps and doing things that they think, regardless of what the audience thinks they want, we're going to do this, and you're going to like it.
Yeah.
And then you do, because it's something you didn't expect, and it took some guts.
Agreed.
So, and if anything needs that, it's the DC universe, which doesn't exist.
The DC, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
DC one-offs.
DC whatever.
Because solos. Because they're all individual
The
now.
DC movies.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Did
DC
it.
Movies.
That's your DC news.
Hello.
We
We didn't talk too much shit on them this time.
Not this time. We really like to give them a week where we don't talk too much shit. This is actually 2 bits of good news, so there you go.
One good and one bad.
Yeah, I'll take it. Jumping back up in the list, we had some set photos this week.
Did you look them up?
I did.
Nothing.
It's nothing.
Why is everybody
It's nothing.
just like latched on to this Disney teat?
Yeah. The suckers.
Like they need any little thing. Like, oh my god, it's Poe and Finn in a field.
Standing 50
Some
yards away
horses
from...
with orange tape on their head.
some kind of big giant monster beast.
Well, it kind of looks like a bantha.
Yeah.
But it's legit a horse with like a hair draped over it and orange tape on its forehead, which I would assume is for the CGI to make some kind of weird head.
Yeah.
What does it all mean, Basil?
It's nice to see production is going on. But at the same time, who cares?
The question that I saw posed when the pictures dropped were, where's Rey?
Rey and Kylo are off doing their own damn thing.
Well, when we last saw them leaving, they all left on the Falcon together.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got Finn not with Rey again.
Yeah.
And with Poe, which is nice to see Poe and Finn back together.
Yeah.
That's cool to see. We'll finally get that dynamic again because I liked that in Force Awakens.
Right.
For the 10 minutes that we got it. And then there was another photo I saw where you get to see the Millennium Falcon.
I didn't see that.
Fuzzy in the background of a jungle setting.
Okay.
Very, what was Yoda's planet?
He was in the
Dagobah.
Dagobah system.
Yeah. Very reminiscent of that.
Okay.
So that could have been your drop for Rey.
Going back to Dagobah?
I don't know if she goes back to Dagobah, but she isn't going to abandon the Falcon. I
Back
don't
to
think.
basics.
Like, Falcon is hers.
Well, we did talk about Lando being in the movie, and
Oh, that's true.
maybe he would have the Falcon. away from Rey.
Yeah, there was 3 pictures I saw. It was the 2 in the field with those guys, and then 1 was the Falcon. But you can barely even tell it was the Falcon. If I didn't have the caption telling me it was the Falcon, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's a something in a very condensed jungle.
There you go.
So, yeah, I mean, it's nice to see something come out of Star Wars. We haven't heard or seen anything since all this controversy with the last movie.
Yeah.
So
there you go. Also, some more Star Wars news.
I was pumped about this.
I'm super pumped about this.
I like him.
Me too.
Dominic Monaghan.
Moynihan.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Good old not Pip.
I don't know his Lord of the Rings character.
Pippin is his friend. He is Peter. I don't know either. He's also in Lost.
He's Charlie Pace.
Charlie.
He's also has his own...
What's his band? Crankshaft.
Crankshaft.
Yes.
That's right.
Lost reference.
Nice.
Who's doing Lost references nowadays?
Nobody. He was also has his own nature show on the BBC, which is pretty cool. So yeah, he's joined the cast of Star Wars.
He is on the cast list,
which is huge.
Episode 9.
No, what do you think? 9. It is 9.
It is 9.
What do you think? You're gonna get a creature, him dressed up as a creature. Is he the villain?
I feel like he's gonna be a character, like a legit character, not a. I mean, he might be some type of alien.
Yeah.
But not not a Simon Pegg.
Right.
In Force Awakens.
Yeah, not a Daniel Craig stormtrooper kind of cameo.
I feel like he is a well-known actor.
Yeah.
Recognizable actor.
Recognizable, because the people who like Star Wars are the people who like Lord of the Rings, are the people who like Lost. So it's J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
So of course he gives him a job.
I don't know if he'll be huge.
I feel like
they already got enough key players.
Do you remember? I mean, obviously you remember War of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. And you remember...
Fantastic.
You remember Bad Ape.
Yeah, that was
Steve Zahn. I feel like it's going to be a character of that kind of capacity.
I was so pumped when I heard that. Like, when I remember watching the movie and then watching the special features and seeing Steve Zahn and being like, yes, that's why I liked that character so much.
Steve Zahn.
I don't know if it'll be that unrecognizable.
I'm not saying unrecognizable, but I'm saying
that type of character.
That type of character, that
like
kind
a Maz Katana.
Yeah, that kind of character that is the last piece of the puzzle kind of character.
I'm down with that.
That would be cool with me.
Yeah, very cool to hear that he's on the cast list. He's he won my heart in Lord of the Rings. I only watched the first 2 seasons of Lost because I couldn't get into the 3rd season.
He dies in the 3rd season.
Does
Spoiler alert.
Boom. You just got Lost spoiled.
Yeah, he dies at the end of season... Is it the end of season 2 or 3? I think it's
After
3.
they meet the others, I was like, this is getting stupid.
Yeah, he dies.
After I found out... No, this is when Lost got bad. When I found out the weird train robot sounds in the woods was black smoke, that's when I was like... this isn't looking good. And I watched season 2. I forced it, and I was like, "Nope."
I gave up.
Can't do it again.
I gave up season 5, so I made it a lot further than you did.
And then I skipped to the last season just to find out what it was all was.
It's purgatory-ish.
And they were like sitting in a church, and it was all pretty and everything. And I'm like, "That's dumb."
Purgatory.
So dumb.
Yeah.
So they were in a plane crash, and purgatory was an island.
Yeah. I know, right?
Whoop-de-freaking do.
7 seasons.
You just wasted my time.
Crazy.
On something that didn't make sense.
Crazy. I want to say this bit of news just because it is news, not that we care about it or anything, but CBS has decided to cancel The Big Bang Theory after its 12th season. Woo! And Corey never really liked The Big Bang Theory, as you can tell, but it's... Scratch. Well, you're on camera now, big guy. So don't touch your face with that hand. All right. So yeah, I was reading that it was canceled because Jim Parsons, who plays Sheldon Cooper, doesn't want to do it anymore.
Good for him. He's too busy with those phone commercials.
He was set to make $50 million this year, and he was like, "No,
making bad pop culture references and
a paycheck's
bazinga.
A paycheck's a paycheck. I mean, if you were making if I said here's $50 million, you would say bazinga as many times.
For your integrity,
you would say bazinga as many times as I wanted you to say it. You would say it so much.
I don't know. I have not a big ego, but I have a lot of pride in who I am.
Okay. Well, I'll say bazinga for $50 million.
But for the first 6 seasons, you did.
Yeah.
But for a 7th season, when you already have that money,
yeah,
that's when the question comes.
Their season, he's been making $50 million a year for the last 3 seasons, I believe.
That's what I'm saying. You're sitting here as a person who's never made that for saying Patanga. Topanga.
I've been watching a lot of Boy Meets World lately, so it's okay. So yeah, that's just a little bit of sad news. Let's talk about other news.
I hate Big Bang Theory, but yeah.
Let's talk about news that we don't hate.
I hate it. I effing hate it.
All right, there we go. So Tom Hardy is signed on for 3 Venom movies.
God, it's just like weird bad news this week. It's not even bad news. It's just like why news.
Okay.
Why?
So here we go. Let's talk about this.
What does this mean?
Does this mean that I mean, if you signed on for 3 movies, they obviously think that this first one's going to be good.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you didn't have the balls and the confidence in this first movie to even keep it rated R,
yeah,
you cut it up to hell and back to make it PG-13 because you didn't have the confidence in your first movie.
Yeah.
Why would you have the confidence in it to sign your actor for 3?
Yeah.
Without Spider-Man.
No.
Without the MCU.
Who's he fighting by the 3rd movie? Like, if it's the first one he's taking down the company, and then the second one he's fighting against Carnage, we would assume.
Well, if it's...
Who's he fighting in the third one?
If it's loosely based on that storyline, the Lethal Protector, then it would move into the Planet Symbiote storyline. And I cannot imagine them being on an entire planet of symbiotes in space. Taking that movie that they're about to release and taking it to that point in 3 movies does not seem plausible. And here's another question that I came up with today when I was racking my brain on why they would ask Tommy H to sign the contract and why Tommy H would sign the contract. Did they know? This is a question I would love to ask them. Did they know when they were signing the contract with Disney, signing Spider-Man into the MCU?
Yeah.
They're obviously making money off of anything that Spider-Man is in.
Right.
They're making a ton. They're probably making more money off of that than they ever did with any of the solo Spider-Man movies.
Good point.
Did they know? Was it in their future plans to make the Venom movie when they signed that contract? Because that would have been the stupidest decision they've ever made.
Yeah.
If they didn't, if this was just like this past year idea that just came out of nowhere and then they went along with it, whatever. Right. But if they knew, most companies plan ahead.
Yeah, you don't sit down and talk about a franchise like Spider-Man or Venom or what have you without making a year plan, right?
So, like, I feel like when they signed Spider-Man over to the MCU, they knew they were going to do a Venom series. Mm-hmm. How does that make any sense?
Yeah, that's the problem. It doesn't.
3 Venom movies, and you can't put Spider-Man in one of them.
Well, it's an interesting, because you know who else is probably signed on for 3 movies? Will Smith as Deadshot And you know who else is probably signed off?
Well, that
for
was a
3
bad
movies?
decision on their
Well,
part.
and that's what I'm talking about. You could have all the best intentions of the world, and you can release a great trailer, and you could do this and that. But when the movie releases, those
You're
other
under
movies
contract.
don't mean shit. And Sony might lose their ass if this movie doesn't do well, and they cancel 2 signed-on 4 movies, and they have to pay Tom Hardy for those fucking movies.
I was going to ask that. If there's a lot about contracts that I don't understand with movie companies. Do you, when you sign on?
Okay.
I know that the actor has to do those movies.
Yeah.
If the production company continues to do the movies.
Right.
If the production company decides not to do those movies because of a failing first one, you're saying they still have to pay those actors for the next 2 movies? It's
not the actor's fault that the movie that you released failed. You made the
Maybe
mistake.
it's in the agreement.
Maybe it's in the
that
agreement.
if it fails and they do back out,
then that's void.
Right.
Maybe. But if you're signing somebody on for a 3-picture deal and you only end up doing 1, I mean, you sign that person on for 3 pictures, you better pay them for 3 pictures.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
what
lot
I
of
would-
work that you were planned on and you lost.
Right. Yeah, you're putting off projects because you got this on this date and this on this date. And that's the thing, like, how can you ask Tom Hardy to black out his schedule for the next 6 years, potentially, when you don't even know if this movie's going to do well?
Get another Mad Max because of Venom.
Right? We're still waiting for Wasteland.
Well, that's going to happen in, like, 2030.
Sweet.
Because that's how Mad Maxes work.
Yeah.
We got, like, 3... Well, we got the first one, and then there was a gap.
Just a small gap.
And then we had the 2 and the 3.
Yep.
And then there was a massive gap. And then we got Fury Road. And now we'll have another massive gap.
Yeah.
And when Venom is buried and dead, we'll get Wasteland.
Ugh. Gross.
Venom's starting to piss me off now.
I know.
Like,
I know.
I went from being hopeful. I went from being excited to hopeful to holding on to hope.
Yep.
To jaded.
Yep.
To disgusted.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing?
And there's so much other cool shit that Tom Hardy could be doing.
He's such a good actor.
Yeah.
He's such a good comic book actor.
I wish Tom Hardy would have never taken on the Venom mantle in the first place. So
I was
he could
so
been,
excited
so
when
like,
he said he was Eddie Brock.
Tom
I was
Hardy,
like, yes.
Tom Hardy could be Adam Warlock. Tom Hardy could be whoever the fuck you want him to be. Like,
bring up Adam Warlock because I got some questions about Adam Warlock. Like, this character was huge in Infinity War.
Yeah.
And you didn't even bring him in.
Because he wasn't set up yet.
And you're setting him up for after Infinity War.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know about this signing for 3 movies.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I don't think,
it
2
was
movies are going to happen. I think Woody Harrelson's wasting his goddamn time.
I think we're going to get a badass cameo in the end, or the end scene with him, and and we're never going to get a payoff.
No, agreed. And that's happened to us before.
Yeah, it has happened.
I mean, look where we're at with Deathstroke from Justice League.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen. That is literally never going to happen.
Yep.
Like, I don't care what you say about what the Batman or whatever movie, we are never going to get...
Young Batman.
we are never going to get Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke against Ben Affleck's Batman.
Well, definitely not against Ben Affleck.
Right. So...
But maybe against his Batman.
Right.
Not him as Batman, but his
Batman. But by
Batman.
the time that happens, is Joe Manganiello going to want to do the movie? Is he going to be of age? Is it going to be like, what are we going to do here? So,
you can always get Crixus from Spartacus to do it.
Mm.
He plays Deathstroke in Arrow.
Right. I don't want that. I want Joe Manganiello.
He wasn't bad.
I want Joe Manganiello.
They're both Guido-looking dudes.
Whoa. Hey, that's racist.
Is Guido racist? Jersey's not a race.
But Guido is not a Jersey thing.
It is to me.
Oh, all right.
I'm not talking... Is it Italian?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking Italian. I'm talking about Jersey.
Oh.
South Jersey mook.
Mook.
From the cock of the walk.
The coal mines of South Jersey. That's a Zoolander joke.
I am not a fan of Zoolander.
Yeah, that's your problem. So,
Is it a problem?
I feel like it is. So here we go with our next topic.
We're all over the place here. I don't even know where to look.
We're going on the line like we
did
like
that. We did that. We did this. We did this. We did that. We did this. We're going too quick. Oh, we talked about this before.
Yes.
Old Buffenstein.
Buffenstein, the Slayer.
The Slayer of Vamps.
Angel of Death.
Is she?
Rain of Blood. Slayer songs. Slayer.
Rain of Blood is Metallica, isn't it?
No.
Is it Slayer?
Yep.
I'm not a fan of either.
Oh, that's why you don't know.
Do you like Slayer?
I love Slayer.
What?
Are you kidding me?
What?
Slayer rocks.
I feel like I don't even know you.
Slayer rocks. So Dark Horse Comics has been doing the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series since like 1997.
Yeah, dude. Since the show ended.
Right. Like for fucking like 30 years.
That's
Not
why
30.
I said we didn't need the reboot.
Right.
Because we've had the comic book series.
Exactly. But now Fox is selling Buffy and Dark Horse loses all rights.
They're pulling it.
Yeah.
They don't have to.
Right.
Because it's not the same as the show.
Or the reboot that we're getting.
Right. It's not the same rights. Like, writing comic book rights are definitely not the same thing as a television or movie or whatever series, what have you. I don't understand it. I don't care for Buffy. I've never been a follower of Buffy.
Me neither.
It seems like it has a large following. I see it everywhere.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly okay with the fact that Dark Horse has been doing the comic books for so many years, and people love that comic book series because it came off of the heels of the show that went for 9, 10, 16 series or seasons.
I don't think it was 16.
I don't know. It was a long.
It was like
It was
8.
a long run.
7 to 8.
Back then, it was a long run.
Yeah, back then 8 is long. Plus, they did Angel for like 4 years. Ugh, David Boreanaz.
Dude from Bones.
Get the hell out of here. Yeah. Yeah, the dude from Bones. David Boreanaz. I'm coming for you.
Yeah. A moneymaker in a medium that you aren't. I guess I don't want to say you aren't, because Disney has a ton of comic books. I mean, Star Wars is huge right now, especially.
Well, they're doing a New Hope graphic novels coming out very soon, which is super.
But Dark Horse Comics is it's one of the larger.
Yeah, I mean it goes
companies.
like Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse.
Yeah. So I feel like, I don't know, you're burning a bridge that you probably shouldn't.
You could just, Disney
You could
probably
just continue it.
Disney probably wants to hand over the character to the
Who does
Marvel
the new Star Wars?
Marvel Comics.
Marvel,
yeah, like they probably want to hand it over there.
So yeah, that's probably it right there. I didn't even think about that. You're probably not gonna lose your Buffy comic
They're
books.
pulling all the Dark Horses from the shelves, from production, from everything. You can get them. I think it's until mid-September is when you can still get Buffy comics.
Yeah.
So,
you'll always probably find random Buffy comic books at your local flea market. What?
Also pretty interesting in the article that I read about this subject was Fox is pulling back the rights for Firefly. I think Dark Horse was doing Firefly comics.
Yep. Which there's a huge following for Firefly.
I love Firefly.
The first season of Firefly, everyone loves.
The only season of Firefly,
because they canceled it right after.
Is amazing.
And then
they did a it was a movie or it was a series or it was a show. It was like a continuation, but it wasn't legit like off the heels of it.
Oh no, it was fan made, wasn't it?
No, it was.
I thought there was a fan made Firefly.
No, there was a legit made Firefly sequel but it didn't really take off because it wasn't presented as a Firefly sequel, even though it was.
Oh yeah, it had a different name.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
But now, I mean, I love Firefly. It's
Everybody
on Hulu.
loves Firefly.
I've watched it like 3 times through. I love Firefly. I think that's a great underrated show.
So they're probably just gonna. I would assume if we looked it up right now, Alien, the comic book, is probably gonna get canceled and pulled.
Doesn't Predator have a comic book?
Predator has a comic book.
Yep.
Basically, every Fox franchise comic book is probably gonna get pulled and revamped as a Marvel series.
Sweet.
So you're not gonna lose it.
I am all for that. You get the best artist to do the best work.
Yeah, but you're pulling the works away from other people that have been
Dark
doing
Horse
it for a
might
long
go out
time.
of business soon, and I mean,
I don't know if they're going to go out of business, but think about all the artists who have been working on that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as movies.
Who knows if these artists aren't going to get offered jobs at Marvel to just continue the work that they're
That's
doing.
even worse. You're trying to monopolize our comic book companies now.
It's not monopolizing comic book companies, it's monopolizing the properties that are owned by comic books.
That's even worse.
That's the world we're in, man.
Not comic books. Comic books have stayed out of that shit.
They're not anymore, brother.
That's why we can't get any of these independent to step up.
Yeah.
You know, we got Gears and Bones that lost out because that company bombed, and they were a brand new company. It sucks.
It does suck.
It's like the mom and pop shops, but with comic books. You aren't going to have those. Damn you, Disney.
Effing Disney.
Why? You make good stuff, but you kill everything else.
So, hey.
What?
You want to talk about some Axel?
So.
Does anybody want to talk about Axel?
Last week, Anthony, this guy, my co-host over here,
That guy.
good friend,
Hey, buddy.
brother,
Maine.
told me I was not allowed to talk about Axel. Or he didn't want to talk about Axel.
No, I feel like I told you that after last week's episode, but before this week's. So, because I feel like it was like
I said last week's episode.
Thursday. So I feel like you brought it
No,
up.
it was before last week's episode.
Really?
It was Tuesday, the day
Really?
that I watched that trailer.
So then we
because me,
podcasted
you, and
Wednesday.
McGee talked about it, and you were like, "I do not want to talk about that."
Damn. All right. Let's talk about it.
A.X.L. is a trailer of a movie that I saw randomly on accident because I wasn't paying attention when I was watching something on YouTube and it decided to just play something else.
That's why I turned my autoplay off.
I don't mind. If I'm not paying attention, run with it. It's my fault.
So, it's a movie about a
Extreme
robot dog who gets found in a junkyard by a dirt bike guy, and then he ends up befriending the robot dog, and the robot dog, it's super.
and his girlfriend.
And the girlfriend too.
The dude's got a girlfriend.
I feel like,
So you got the
although I feel
dynamic.
like it's not his girlfriend at first. I feel like we have a Transformers 1 scenario where it's the nerdy guy who pines after the girl and then.
But
the
he's
dog...
a freaking motocross guy.
Yeah, well, motocross guys are like losers nowadays.
I was gonna say
It's
it hasn't been
2018.
popular since '98, but still.
2018. Put your dirt bike away and get a car, bro. So anyway.
You can't drive those on the road anyways. It's bad for the freaking motor.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wide open on the power band. It ain't good, bro.
Ain't good, bro. Get that shit out of here. So, the dog is a government weapon that is being developed, and it gets hurt and it runs away.
Yeah, it has sentient. It
adapts and learns and
it knows that it's being used. It knows it's being hurt, so it runs away.
So the boy finds it and he teaches it how to do barrel rolls and
turn into a jump.
Did you
see when he
I
says
did over
sit,
the truck?
He sits down and his tail goes down and they're like whoop, and you're like.
And then the dog's just right behind him, and you're like, I hate this.
And the dog is literally doing cans.
Yeah. Because it can adapt to it syncs with the person,
So
and it can
doing
adapt.
motorcycle tricks.
Right, it's doing motorcycle tricks as a giant robotic dog. And if you want to kill yourself after listening to me talk about this movie, imagine how I felt seeing my boy Thomas Jane in the trailer. The fucking Punisher.
He hasn't been in a movie in a minute.
The real fucking Punisher is in this movie about a robot dog and a prepubescent teenage boy who has like sideswipe hair and motocross and the government's after. It's like E.T. meets Free Willy meets Transformers meets Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
What?
Yeah, it's just a terrible movie. And all right, so there's the production company, Global Road Studios. And they are the beautiful people that brought us this gigantic piece of shit.
I'm surprised. To be honest, Diane, I'm surprised. I'm not a horse. I'm a broom. No, I'm surprised that when the trailer ended, I was 100% expecting to see Michael Bay's name.
I know.
I
know.
I was waiting for it.
I know.
And to see that it wasn't was kind of disappointing.
Fucking Thomas Jane. What happened, bro? You need some help. I got some money, bro. I can loan you.
But so this company,
Global Road Studios.
Global Road Film Studios.
Oh, it's the worst name
I took
ever.
the film out because why would you even put the film in there? It sounds even worse.
Sounds
It's
stupid.
Global Road Studios.
Unless you called it Global Road Films or
Films.
Global Road Studios.
Not Film Studios.
Right. That is just shit. Like, what other Global Road is there? Is there Global Road toothpaste that I don't know about? That they have to like separate
toothpaste.
it. They have to separate it from the film studio. Like, I don't get it. All right, so they have announced, literally like a week and a half after this trailer comes out.
Yeah, dude, your trailer dropped last week.
They have announced massive layoffs. And I know it's not nice to talk in a fun manner about people losing their jobs.
Yeah, all those people. But
like, if you are working for a studio that releases a movie like Axel, then you deserve it.
These are the movies that are just like these filler shite movies that make, like, we're in a weird time right now where we have some of the best films of all time.
Some of the best technology to make the films, some of the best actors.
The writing, the actors, the technology, the CG. Because it took a really long time to finally make CG okay.
Yeah.
Like, we went through a big, long transition.
It was like 2006.
Like shit.
I think 2006 is where CGI really started to break its stride and become proper.
And there's still some real bad stuff.
There's still some real bad shit.
But in 2018, to have a shite wrote movie with bad CG,
bad acting,
except
for Thomas Jane.
And to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, and that's what it seems like. It seems like they did put all their eggs in Axel.
Did you expect anything less? Did you expect to continue on and make another movie?
I didn't.
I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy. When you sent me that, I was like, whoa. Like, I watched that trailer and just cracked up laughing at how bad it was.
Yeah.
But never once did I think in my head, the studio that made this film is literally going to go under within the same week that they dropped the trailer.
Yeah.
Like, whew. Could you imagine like Sony doing that with Venom?
No.
Like, it's crazy to think that can happen to a company. But smaller companies, like, I don't know. Maybe it's all right. Maybe the movie will be good.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe not.
It's bad. You don't have to watch the whole trailer to realize that the movie's gonna be bad.
Yeah, you don't. You really don't. I keep talking because I'm actually trying to get on the Global Road to find out all about them. It was launched in March 2011 by the two largest American theatrical exhibitors, AMC Theaters and Regal Entertainment Group. So it's owned by AMC Theaters.
Hasn't AMC didn't they go under and get bought out by somebody?
Probably.
I thought recently.
All right, so they did actually, and you know what? It's funny because some of their shit is not bad. Is from what I'm seeing here. We got Killer Elite, The Gray, Silent House, Lockout, Hit and Run, End of Watch, which End of Watch was pretty good, big movie. Right. Silent Hill Revelation.
Ooh,
the remake.
The second Silent Hill?
Huh?
The second Silent Hill?
No, it was like the most recent one. No, it was like the 2012 one.
Oh, I didn't see that one. The second one wasn't bad.
The remake of Red Dawn, Side Effects, Jobs, Machete Kills, Chef, which was a really good movie, Nightcrawler, Dope, Rock the Casbah,
so it seems like they take a lot of chances.
Max Steel,
which didn't do well.
Nope.
None of those movies did well, bro.
Yeah.
Not one of them. Even the decent ones. That's the problem.
And it's funny because here we go. As Global Road Entertainment, which they just became this year, they've done Midnight Sun, which no one ever heard of. They did Show Dogs, which made it 2 weeks in cinemas. And it's already available on like Netflix or some shit. They did Hotel Artemis, which is supposed to be a super, really awesome, good movie.
That didn't make any money.
That didn't make any money, but it's got like huge actors in it. It's supposed to be
really
good.
I want to see it. I should have went to see it.
And
we need to start going to see more movies that we want to support.
I know. And they've got Axel. And then upcoming, they've got 5, 6, 7. They've got like a ton of movies upcoming. So why are they laying people off?
Probably already filmed though.
Yeah. I mean, the bulk of them, 4 of them are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 movies that have to be determined release dates. So they could just be canceled like that. Like, so, I don't know. After seeing that trailer and then seeing that they're laying people off, I just wasn't surprised.
No.
Just wasn't surprised.
I was surprised because I've never, done that before. I've never watched a trailer and went, that was terrible. Oh, shit.
People are losing their jobs.
Right. That's pretty wild.
Hey, you want to talk about the main event?
Sure.
Streets of Rage!
Dude, Streets of Rage 4.
Streets of Rage 4.
So 3 came out in 93?
I believe you're right.
94?
At most 95, 96, something like that.
I'm a huge fan of Streets of Rage.
Most people are.
Streets of Rage 2 on Sega Genesis was my yet. I played the crap out of that. The trailer for this game...
I watched it earlier.
Looks fantastic.
Yep.
Perfect throwback.
Yep.
Great upgrade with the animation and the style.
Oh, yeah.
But to still bring it to the classic style. You want to know my gripe?
Yes.
Where's the other characters?
Have we gotten... I mean, we only got... I know we got Axel and Blaze.
Yeah.
Are in.
But they're in the actual logo.
Yeah.
Is that all we're getting? We're not going to get
it.
the big dude, the big wrestler dude? We're not going to get the little black kid on rollerblades?
I really doubt that. No, I doubt that we're not going to get him. We are going to get him.
You think?
But when you do a reveal, you want to keep all your good shit for... Because when are we going to... There is not even a release date for this game yet. So they probably made the trailer, and that's all they've got.
Probably.
And they just wanted to get a little... It's probably a teaser. Right. They probably still have to design. So...
What I got from the trailer felt like they were saying this one was based on those two.
It might be, but they might be working through, and we'll see the other characters.
I hope.
It could be that kind of thing.
Streets of Rage is not a Streets of Rage without the 4 characters.
Right.
They are the 4 characters in that game.
It could be join up and after level 6, you get to join up with this and blah blah blah. But hey,
maybe a DLC.
Right. Super excited. Streets of Rage is one of the best Sega games. Yeah, I saw that, which is super crazy weird for these day and age.
Well, it's like Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
All these new Mega Man 11, 10, 9. They were all released on mostly all the consoles with a newer look but a old feel. Like
Yeah.
Sonic Mania is still one of the best throwbacks to a classic game with a newer style I have ever played. It is beautiful, but it still feels like you're playing on a Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
And it was on PlayStation. It's on PlayStation. It's on Xbox. It's on all of them. Which feels like that's kind of like the tone that... I don't know who holds the rights to Streets of Rage. Sonic is obviously Nintendo.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to throw... But it was on everything. It
Right.
wasn't just on the Switch or anything. Streets of Rage, if it was lost in the Sega franchise at that point, probably got bought up by Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo bought most of what Sega had. Some was Sony. Sonic was with Sony for a while.
Well, I know that the publisher is .emu.
Okay. So maybe it got bought up by a smaller Japanese company or something.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Streets of Rage 4 is now in development. Publisher .emu announced the game earlier today. So it seems like it's that's who's publishing. I don't know. I don't know much about them. There you go.
Yeah, well, I'm pumped.
Streets of Rage.
It'll probably be the past two retro games, revamped retro games, 3 that I bought was Mega Man 10, Sonic Mania, and Double Dragon Reimagined, and they were all badass.
Yeah.
So I'll probably end up grabbing this one up because they're usually like $9-10 on the store of whatever console you have.
Right.
And you play through like 3 or 4 levels and get a good beat 'em up that you haven't had in a while.
Yeah.
So that's why I was pretty pumped. The trailer looks badass.
Yeah, that was big news yesterday. Streets of Rage.
Isn't it the main dude, Axel?
Yeah.
So we got a bad Axel and we got a good Axel.
We got 2 Axels, one good, one bad, and that's a proper way to end an episode.
It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Strange Planet Podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, retweet, leave a star rating on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe.
Hit the little bell.
Notification bell. Get all that good stuff. Get it out of the way. Make sure you keep your ears open for the Wrestling Roundup this weekend. We're going to be doing a prediction video for the All In event happening Saturday night. I'm super excited about it.
I also might start doing individual comic reviews.
There you go. I would love that.
Because I kind of dropped off on the music reviews because it's kind of hard.
It's hard to do music
You
reviews.
say the same thing every time.
Yeah.
So I feel like comic books, it's something I want to start doing.
I would love that.
So.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Strange Planet Podcast. He has been your host.
Corey James.
And I have been your host. I'm Anthony Zevoteck. Have a strange day.